Hello and welcome. If you're in a senior leadership role on a board of directors or you're an investor, this guide is for you. We're going to get straight to the point on the European Union's landmark AI Act, focusing on an absolutely critical compliance requirement, Article 4, the AI literacy obligation. Let's begin.
All right, here's our game plan. We'll start with the enforcement deadline. It's coming out fast. Then we'll cover the Act's surprising global reach. From there, we'll break down Article 4 itself, clarify whether you're a provider or a deployer, then present a practical framework for compliance, and wrap up with your immediate next steps.
So let's get right into it. First up, let's talk about urgency. While this act has been rolling out for a while, a key date is now just around the corner.
Here is the date you need to circle in red, August 2nd, 2026. This is when national authorities across the EU will begin publicly enforcing the AI Act's provisions. So what does that mean for you? It means active supervision and, yes, potential penalties. The grace period for getting your house in order is rapidly closing.
Now, to put that date into context, the Act was officially published way back in July of 2024. And here's the kicker. Article 4, the part requiring AI literacy, actually became applicable on February 2nd, 2025. This means the obligation to ensure AI literacy isn't new, but it's the threat of public enforcement that makes this upcoming deadline so incredibly significant.
This brings us to our second key point, and it's a big one, especially if your headquarters is outside of Europe. The AI Act has what's known as extraterritorial reach. It reaches far beyond its borders.
So I know the central question for many of you is probably this. We're based in the US or Asia. Does this European regulation really apply to us? Well, in many cases, the answer to that is a definitive yes.
The Act's jurisdiction gets triggered in a few ways. The first three are pretty direct. If you sell AI systems, service them, or deploy them within the EU, you're covered. But it's that last point that is the most expansive, and it's the one that catches so many non-EU companies by surprise. If the output of your AI system is used within the EU, for example, a US company using an AI recruiting tool for a candidate in Paris, your organization falls under the Act's authority.
Now that we've established the timeline and the global scope, let's zoom in on the core of this guide, the specific mandate you'll find within Article 4.
This is the text straight from the regulation. It creates a direct obligation for both providers and deployers. The key phrase to focus on here is "to their best extent." This implies a standard of reasonableness. You aren't expected to do everything imaginable, but you must make a good faith, serious effort to ensure a sufficient level of literacy among your staff and even relevant third parties, like your contractors.
So, what does the Act mean by AI literacy? Well, it's the foundational competence needed to deploy AI systems in an informed way. This goes way beyond just technical skill. It really encompasses the business and ethical awareness to understand the opportunities, the operational risks, and the very real potential for harm.
To understand your specific obligations under Article 4, you first have to figure out your organization's role. The Act makes a really critical distinction between a provider and a deployer.
Okay, so a provider is the company that actually creates an AI system or markets it as their own. They carry the main burden for conformity, risk assessments, and all that technical documentation. A deployer, on the other hand, is any organization that uses an AI system for work, which, let's face it, describes most businesses today. They're responsible for proper use and human oversight. Now, it's crucial to know an organization can be both. If you develop and use your own proprietary AI tools, you're both a provider and a deployer, with all the responsibilities that come with each.
Right, let's shift from the what to the how. Understanding the law is one thing. Implementing a compliant program is something else entirely. So here's a practical framework for building out your AI literacy initiatives.
Look, a robust, compliant program is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It absolutely requires a multi-layered approach. It starts with a baseline, AI governance fundamentals for every single employee. The second layer is all about empowering the general workforce to use tools like generative AI safely and effectively. The third layer gets specialized with role-based training for functions like legal, procurement, and data science. And finally, the fourth and most intensive layer is mandatory, system-specific training for anyone operating a system that's classified as high risk under the Act.
From a board-level perspective, this really translates into 5 key oversight responsibilities. First, assess where you are today to find your gaps. Second, ensure that the training is tailored, not generic. Third, verify that legal and ethical considerations are woven into every single program. Fourth, And this is critical for deployers. You must oversee the due diligence on your AI vendors. And finally, you have to stay informed by monitoring official guidance from the EU's AI office.
This brings us to the ultimate point of accountability. For every director and officer, this is not just an IT or compliance issue. In the eyes of regulators and your stakeholders, a failure to properly oversee the deployment and risks of these AI systems can absolutely be framed as a breach of your fundamental fiduciary duty to the organization.
So where do you go from here? Let's outline a clear course of action, and then we'll close with an important legal disclaimer.
We recommend a three-step plan. First, and I really can't stress this enough, engage qualified legal counsel. You need a formal risk assessment specific to your business. Second, you cannot manage what you don't know you have. So conduct a thorough inventory of all AI systems you're using whose output could affect the EU. And third, based on that inventory, initiate a formal gap analysis to see where your current training initiatives fall short of what Article 4 requires.
And finally, please be advised, this guide has been prepared for informational purposes only. It does not constitute legal advice. It is absolutely essential that your organization consults with qualified legal counsel to fully assess its specific risks and obligations under the EU AI Act. Thank you.